Hello, how's everyone?
Hey
Thank you
man.
for being here today. Thank you for being here. Another episode, another show today. We have data visualizations related to pets, specifically dogs, cats. We have Aaron, we have Saulo from Brazil. He's joining us, new employee here at the Yamil, good friend of us. Very good at visualization, expert here. We're going to show you really cool visualizations. So if you've never been in the show before, please know this show is a Mr. Chart show. So what it means is that Saulo and Aaron and I, we all have data visualizations and the other ones have never seen before. The idea is for you in the chat and for us here to talk about these visualizations. Do we understand the visualizations? What are our first impression and how can we make them better? But before we do that, I am going to start with something that we started the other day that is some bees bloopers. So these are like no sense data visualizations, stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Hopefully, we hope that you will laugh at them and have some fun here. I'll show
Sure.
you. I gave Saulo a pic early today. He said that they were insane. See if you can see. Okay, yeah. So let me show you, Aaron. You've never seen these ones. So
No.
because they're related to pets, right? So what about one like this where we can see that these people, I don't know what they were thinking. This is related to pets. So tell me what you think, Aaron.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
You have no idea, right?
It's like
You
they
have no
just took
idea
a
what
paint
this is.
roller and just did this over the whole map.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is European pets, dogs, cats, birds, ownership per capita. And, I don't know what they were thinking. This is, like I said, the idea here is to show you what not to do, some best bloopers really quick, something completely makes no sense. Apparently, these colors here means low, moderate, and high and then by dog or like cat bird something incredible. I mean, I don't understand how. And then in addition to that, they were trying to rank them with these stars. I mean, it's just incredible. It's out
Yes.
of this world, out of this world,
It's
I
got
think.
it's got one, two, three, four color legends.
uh
Yes.
it's, it's,
I
it's,
would say this is not a feast. This is a puzzle.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Let me show you one more. Let me show you one because we had to go to the content, but I wanted to show you this quick beast blooper. So this one is, I think, is this one is.
But
What do you think? What do you think? It's just
so
they this
when I
is
first saw it, I'm thinking like, okay, that's not terrible. The colors are at least okay. But
uh,
the 93.6% that's only picking up half of the circle.
exactly. So if you make a sum of all of this, Aaron, it will be 195.5.
Oh.
Yeah, so the not even 100%, not even close. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
I got a
But
little scared when I saw to eat here.
yeah. But this what I would say is this is a classic mistake. It's not
Yeah,
so unusual to find something like that. So uh, sometimes people have something that you don't need to sum up all of them
mhm.
because don't make sense. But when you have this case, this kind of chart is not a good choice.
Exactly. So in here, what happened was, Aaron, that they can select multiple answers, as you can see underneath.
Yeah.
And also, this is from CNN. So I don't know. Animal Asia survey. And, yeah, I don't know. I think it was a little bit concerning that they have something like this here. Uh,
Yes.
anyway, and then let me show you guys the last one. And like I said, these are Blue's blooper if you're joining in later. And then the last one is this.
That looks
So
like a puzzle.
so here, this is who rules Europe, dogs or cats? And they were trying to do, I don't know, something here with dogs or cats. and putting the dogs or the cat on top of the country, but I don't even know which countries are anymore. I'm very confused. I don't know. It's just something really crazy, I would say, that they
You're
did
gonna
here.
you're gonna get nothing out of that one.
Nothing,
Yeah,
nothing
but
out of
but
this.
but there is something that I would highlight.
Uh-huh.
The guys chosen very nice photos. This is
Yeah,
true.
yeah. But that's it, right? Like it's just very confusing, hard to understand which countries are we talking about. Some countries are just we're too close to the other ones. It's just it's all over the place. It's impossible to get it.
They're even missing two pieces of that puzzle. It
Mhm.
seems like.
Yeah, if they
You,
select just two photos, one for dogs always and another for cats
yeah.
always, could be easy, but still, it's not it's not a good idea
No,
basically.
no. Then here, and here, what happened? I think maybe they didn't have the data. They maybe didn't have the data.
Or do we think there's actually data behind this?
I
Uh,
have no
I don't
idea.
know.
It doesn't say. What it says that this is source.
There's no
Uh,
source.
PDF facts and figures. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. It's very confusing. But anyway, I wanted to let's start. Solo, show us your screen. Solo's gonna show us his visualization first. Just wanted to give you guys some these bloopers, have some fun. Let me kill my screen.
Okay, let's do this.
Show us what you got today, and if you're in the chat, please be with us and say anything that
Okay,
you need.
so
Okay. So tell us
dog.
where you got this. Mhm.
I got this from Makeover Monday. So there
Okay.
is a challenge in 2017 about
Okay.
pets in UK, right? So
Very
all the
nice.
community of the Makeover Monday create different charts about pets on UK.
Okay.
And this for me looks a very good example. I'm
Hmm.
sure there is some details to improve, but it's a very good example because what we have here, they are comparing different countries or regions or
I think
cities from
countries, yeah.
UK. Yes,
Mhm.
regions maybe.
Regions, yes, yes. In the UK, that's
Yes, yes, and they are comparing the percentage of house that have dogs or cats. Okay,
right. Okay.
and the big picture here is in all the regions
Hmm.
except London,
Hmm.
they have more dogs than cats.
No.
And in London is the only exception when the black point here is
Mhm.
ahead of this one.
No. Wow.
So in some cases they are very close, but usually they are very far. Look at Northern Ireland. There is
Mhm.
a huge gap between cats and dogs.
Okay.
So
What?
this is very fine.
Yeah. Very good. So what do you think, Aaron? What do you think when you look at it the first time?
So I think it was pretty easy to understand what was going
Mhm.
on here immediately.
Very good. Very
Specifically,
good.
the colors did a great job of that little light green. It's got dogs. That text has got dogs that light green, and then when you get to the actual graph, you immediately know that green circle is the dog without having to find a legend. So you
Yes.
save room on your page
Yes.
in the section so that you already know that the dog is that green color. I like this view for it's probably survey data,
Hmm.
seeing the variance from one to the other. It'd be nice if you could hover on a dot and you could see like what that difference is. Like the very top bar is 15, and the one on the
Hmm.
far right is 37 or 38. Like what that variance is. And the only other thing I'd mention is they specifically call out London as the only one that it's not. This isn't the case.
Uh-huh.
Although I could understand the chart just fine, it took me a minute to find where London was on this, and it's at the very bottom. It's sorted by percentage of dog
Hmm.
preferred, so it's at the
Hmm.
bottom. Obviously, now that I understand it, but perhaps if there was a way to make London stand out, so that you didn't have to search for the one bullet point that they were highlighting.
Very yes, no, absolutely. If so, there was somebody from the audience asking in the chat, asking if there is any tooltip here. Like if you hover on it, is there any tooltip?
Yeah, I made this question,
Mhm.
and the answer is no. Look at that. I download the workbook.
You download it,
Uh,
okay?
yes, and it seems that the person
Did not
this is an
include a
old.
tooltip.
Yes, this is a very old version of Tableau. Is
Okay,
10.5. But the
okay.
case is they don't have. And one question that I can't answer looking at the photo at the print screen
Hmm.
was okay. Here, let me go back. I'm sorry. Here we know that this color is dogs, but
Hmm.
look at the title: "Dogs win the battle of the pets."
Hmm.
So one moment, I have a question. Uh, okay, this bubble is dogs, but the other is cats or all other pets.
Yes, yes, yes. I, I,
It's
I,
not
I was
clear.
wondering if it was really cats because it was not. The cats should be in black, right? Somehow, where it says have a cat rather than a dog. Should be
Yeah,
in dark
yes, but
black.
the title could be uh,
All
Mhm.
pets.
mislead. Yes, it's not clear. And but looking at the measures, what I notice is the guy creates a calculation
Mhm.
for the percentage from dogs and cats. So
Okay.
yes, the
Okay.
black
Gotcha.
one is are the cats.
Okay, but you have to open it, right? Yeah. You wanted it more
Yes, it's
clear.
not so clear.
Exactly.
Uh, in the title, maybe it would be nice if they put dogs win the battle against the cats. I don't know, but not mention the pets because otherwise you can think that the comparison is between dogs and all the pets.
Yeah.
Correct, and which includes birds or anything, whatever is a pet, right? So that's very good. That's very good to point out. I like that. Thank you for saying that. So there is somebody in the chat say using a dog icon, cat icon will be more intuitive. Yes, that's correct. Thank you for
Yeah,
saying that.
yes, I'm sure.
Very good. I like
How
it.
do
I
how do
like
you
this
yeah
type of
no
part. Hmm.
how do you call this kind of graph? Because
I think it's Gantt
uh,
chart. I think it's Gantt, right, Aaron? Gantt chart,
Yeah, that seemed like a Gantt dumbbell.
dumbbell chart. Yeah, dumbbell chart. Yeah, I really like it.
barbell.
But this type of
Yes, I searched for its name, and Andy Cribble called this barbell chart.
exactly. Okay, yeah, barbell. Yes, I
And
enjoy looking at them. I think they're not used that much, and they can be very useful.
yes, it's a very specific case for use this. But in this case, I guess this is a very good choice.
Exactly.
It's a very good use of this barbell chart.
So do you have what is your other one? You have any other one? Show us the other one that you have.
The
You
other
said
one,
you.
okay, let's move on
Mhm. Oh,
here.
cool.
Um, here, okay, I found this as well in Makeover Monday, the same challenge, the same
Hmm.
week.
Hmm.
Um, it takes some time to understand what's going on, okay?
Okay.
But let me explain you. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I don't want to explain you. Let me know what you understand in the first 10
Yes. Okay.
seconds.
Average number of pets per pet owning household in the UK. Okay.
So first off, that should be up higher, not at the bottom.
Yes, it's not by the
Okay.
book. This is what I want to comment.
Yeah.
By the book, you should put the title on the top. Uh,
Exactly.
there is
Okay,
some exceptions, but is not this is not an example of a good exception.
so they're saying that there are on average 11 outdoor fish at each household.
Hmm.
No, no, it's not that. It's since the house have at least one fish, which is the ever fish they have. So
Hmm.
if one house have one at least one fish, the average amount of fish is 11.
Mm.
Uh, you know,
So this needs to be a
but
percentage.
yeah. But to understand that, I need
Yeah,
to read this very big text here.
yeah.
It's not so
So
easy to understand.
the third one says any pet. So if people have a pet, they have on average 5 pets.
Oh, every pet.
Let's say,
Yes, but maybe fish are making this
because
average higher than could be without,
you could have
because
4 fish and 1 dog.
yes, yes,
Yeah, so that's what I think it's confusing for sure, right? Because the two in reality in cats is what is the average number of pets, right? If we read it right, we
yes.
say
Since you
two.
have one cat, yeah. Since
Uh-huh.
you have one cat, what's the average amount,
The
average
pet
cats you
ownership,
have?
okay, in the
Yes,
UK in 2017. Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing. Maybe it needs to be percentage. I don't know, make it a little bit easier to understand because you will think, oh, guinea pig one, but then it says half a million lonely guinea pigs. So what it's saying that people that have guinea pigs
yes,
only have one instead of having multiple. I think, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I noticed there are 4 number 1s and 4 number 2s, all at
Mhm.
varying heights. And so my suggestion would be to add a decimal point in there, just one, because if you're dealing with those tiny numbers, obviously
Mhm.
that guinea pig one
Uh,
is not the same as the dog's one.
yeah.
So just adding one decimal place would
I
be
I
helpful.
didn't notice that, but you are right. Yes.
Because that's
They need,
the dogs is probably 1.98 or 1.85 or something like that. That's
yes.
probably what it is because it's very
And the
close to two.
Guinea pig is more close to one, not close to two.
Lower than one. That's right. Anybody in the
Yeah.
chat wants to mention anything about this one in particular? What do you like? If anything that is confusing, like we're talking about, anything to make it better? Um, anyone say anything on the chat? Let us know. Um, I mean, it's at least not a lot of information, which is good that they did that, and they're trying to make a point with the guinea pig. It just was not clear, but at least
Yes,
you
absolutely.
they're trying to
Not
point
clear.
that out, right? That there are only one or there are like not that many of guinea pigs in the UK. But at least I mean I understand what they're trying to do. That it's just not very clear.
Yes. And the reason I select this example, it's because the information they are trying to pass is not
Mm-hmm.
an easy information, and in
Yep.
this case it's
Mhm.
hard to create a title, an informative title. uh, so I understand that's not is not an easy task, because the
Mhm.
information itself it's complex,
Mhm.
but they can they can put the title on the top, uh, use less text, because it
Mhm.
takes too many time to read these and understand the context. But I appreciate the idea, because I never thought about that. Someone that have one fish, that loves fish, don't have just one, because uh, they want to put a lot of fish in the place
Mhm.
and so on. So I
Yeah.
never think about that. These are very nice information, and the same for cats. So uh, we can see here that usually people have, on average, have more than one cat at the
Mhm.
household, more than one cat on average. And for dogs is more close to one. So
Mhm.
the information is very nice, but the point is,
Than one
uh,
cat on average.
if they put this information with more context, like
Mhm.
say, okay, fish, they have 11 on average, but which is the percentage of house that have fish? If they combine these two information, we can understand more the context.
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity to improve this visualization.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things that can be done to improve it. There's also somebody from the chat saying that they could use a different color palette to make it a little bit better. I think that's true. I mean, I
Maybe
agree.
yeah, the color palette here I don't think is all that relevant because it's just descending from highest to lowest. There's nothing really to capture your eye to anything specific. It's just descending. So, you know, pick a color that looks good to you and looks good to most people is probably the best advice.
The other option could be to grade them all out the same color and only highlight
Yeah,
the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Only
yeah,
highlight the guinea pig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
I had to find. I know it was about guinea pigs, but it took me a while to find it because again, it was at the very end, and I wasn't looking for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this is very important because if you have a storytelling, you should make sure your visualization highlight the message you want to
So
share.
Aaron, show us what you got. Yes, exactly. So show us real quick, Aaron, what do you got here? So everybody's in the chat, please. Aaron is going to show us what he's bringing in today. Some visualizations, like I said, be related to cats. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. This is a blooper. This
Yes,
blooper.
this is a blooper.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the Humane Society shelter spending by
Correct.
state. So they're
Okay.
looking at the percentage of its budget for each state, which in this case is 132 million total. So there's two different things going on here. It's the percentage of the budget for that state, and as well as the color, which then is this legend over here of how much was spent. You can see a couple had zero spent, but some are 3 decimals, some are 1 decimal. I think that
Basic.
there's,
I
but
don't. I don't understand what is the thing with the decimal places. This
yeah,
is
there's big.
incredible.
So
Uh,
the title that I found this was like next to nothing spent on these things or whatever, and I think that's probably what they're trying to point out is that so very little of this Humane Society's budget is spent for shelters. So yes, that makes the point because there are so many zeros. Look, Ohio has got
okay.
4 decimal places.
Mm.
Like it's
I see you now. I understand. Okay. They're just trying to make a point of that's not even a 1%. Okay, I got you now.
yeah. It
Okay.
says down here in kind of the data part that only 0.61% of the total budget was used for grants to support local pet shelters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's such a small percentage of each state that's what they were going for.
So I think I don't know if everybody in the chat will think I'm crazy, but I think now that I understand makes sense. I think we need to change the title. The title should be something like not even 1% is spent on shelters in each state. Something like that, right? Like that way you will understand from the start, hey, that's what there's all this, decimal places and zeros here just to make a point that not even 1% is spent on that.
Yeah. And you've got like this number is huge. The text is huge, and then you got the smaller ones. And like, is that supposed to mean something? Is it a percentage of how many pets are in the state? There's a lot to be desired here, but I just wanted to kind of show you that.
Wow. So does this mean that they have 132 million budget for all the states? I think, right?
I think so.
Wow.
So they just took, how much. So this is like 30,000. So the 30,000 divided by 132 million probably gives you that number.
Wow.
yeah.
$30,000. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Yeah, I'm kind of like okay.
Yeah, they're just saying that nothing is being spent on this cause. So to that point, I can understand what they're trying to get across.
So in some of the states, nothing is going in there. Nothing, not even enough, no budget.
Yeah.
Like in the red ones, they get no budget.
Yep.
Wow.
But it doesn't seem like the legend has any like context. There's no like purpose for it. It's just random colors.
Yeah.
So there's somebody from the chat which makes a lot of sense. He's saying the percentage doesn't help. The value needs to be shown. I am not looking to do the math in my head when I look at this bit. Okay, yes, that's another option, right? Like to put the actual number there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Especially if
you could
it's so
say,
small,
Yeah. One another option is you can create a scale and say from let's say someone spent $1,000. How much of this $1,000 is used in this kind of shelter? So changing the scale, you can say, okay, in this place they spend $1 in 1,000. In this place they spend $3 in 1,000. So doing this, you don't need to use too many decimals to show the information. So this is an option as well.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, or you can probably, another option will be not show any percentage, just show the color and done.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Just avoid the number altogether.
And then just show the color, because if you look at the greens, it's around 15 to 30. You look at the blues, 1,000 to 5,000. You know what I mean? Like the reds, they're all zero.
Yep.
And you're done.
All right.
Okay.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
You got another one?
Oh yeah, I got plenty. Let me see if I can get through this. So this is just a fun one that doesn't have much value. It's the fun versus effort graph of pets.
Wow.
very nice.
Starting down here with sea monkeys, magnified 3,000,000%. You got the Tamagotchis from the 90s. Babies, they're a lot of effort, but no fun apparently. And you got your friend's dog, lots of fun, no effort.
Your friend's dog, very nice.
And then you got your own dogs, kind of in the middle here, and then dragons, they're the best apparently.
Yeah.
There's no cats?
Right there.
Oh, right there. Yeah. The cat's almost in the middle. Okay.
But this is from College Humor, so I don't think it's supposed to be real. So I don't know how you grade dragons, but all right. Okay, so here we're looking at the survey on pet friendliness by U.S. state. This one has a little more context. This makes a little more sense.
Okay.
So tell me what you think about this.
Okay, so let me think about the color. Okay, we have green. Okay, so what is the 26 and the 23? Tell me on the top of the chart, on the top. That what is that?
Number of states.
Okay, I got you. So that's the number of states that have what the 26 means again? Is the
okay?
26?
So that's the confusing part, because you'd think there'd be a legend down here, right? Well, 26 goes with what's to the left of it,
which is the dog.
So green is for the dog, and the blue is for cats.
Okay.
So now that you have that context, you can see how the states measure up and how what these colors mean down here.
So it seems like in Florida there's a lot of cats, right?
Yes.
And then in Texas there's a lot of dogs. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got that cat/dog friendly group, and it's cat friendly because it's colored blue. And when you go to a green state, it changes. So I like that dynamic of changing that tooltip.
Okay, and then here on the left is just this graph on the left is just telling me by state the average. What does it say? The average of each household owning dogs, and then the other one is
owning cats. Owning cats.
Owning cats. Gotcha.
This one's the cat access. This is the dog access.
The access. Okay, I got it. Okay. Very nice. Okay, and that's where we can see Texas. Yeah, that's a good example. And Texas is very going to the right on dogs. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, Michigan seems to be almost half and half dogs and cats, right? I think.
It'd be nice if it highlighted that.
You can see, yeah, it's almost half and almost there and close to the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a little confusing because this is just underneath here. It's just a blank white page, so it's hard to see any kind of I know it's a scatter plot, but to see any kind of trend of which it just was confusing because it's just floating out on a page with no context behind it. So
and there's no interactive and things like that. So,
Yep.
what do you guys think in the chat? Anybody's on the chat want to say anything about this specific chart? What do you like? What you don't like? Let me know. What do you think, Saul, about this one? What do you like or don't like? Oh, I think you lost. We cannot hear you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah, good now.
There you go.
Okay, so what I don't like in this case is the title, because the font size is very, very small. This is the first point. The second point is if you have an interactive visualization, you should inform your audience about its interactive and how to interact with, if there is any filter and so on. So it's good to put this information on the title. And as well, it's very good when you have a storytelling. So what this visualization is trying, what's the big message or the big uh, understanding from this visualization?
The
So the
insight.
title have no guide for this information. So this is the thing I don't like. What I like in this case is they start the story by uh, the more general information, and this is a good practice. You should start by the high level and then go to the details. So this is what I highlight as a positive in this case.
There were good comment on in the chat. First, the color. The color definitely can be better, right? No doubt. It says that they remind me of my geography book on the late 1980s. And we have Mikhail Kaya saying, actually, you can combine both graphs into one. I think so. I also think so, because you can put something in the
Multiple
map
layers.
show you that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need the names on the states either.
Yeah. If it's interactive, you can probably put this do make it only one. I think also the hard thing is here, what is the story? What is the story? It should say the West or the East or the Midwest, something, some type of story about, maybe you can say the largest states prefer dogs. I don't know, the largest state with the highest population, like Texas, prefers dogs. I don't know, something like that. But trying to convey what is the actual message is hard. And also, I'm trying to see how can I compare one thing to the other, right? It becomes a little harder to do that. Because the only thing that I have is 26 states seems to prefer dogs, and then cats. That's not too much. It's almost 50%.
Yeah, and I also noticed that it's 26 plus 23 is 49. Well, this is just the continental 48.
48.
But I see they got District of Columbia, which is their 49th, so it doesn't include Alaska or Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay.
Not that it matters all that much. But... All right, let me go on to the next one.
Good. Let's go to the next one.
So this is kind of related to what we were talking about earlier. Once it closes, let me see if we can just go to this one. UK pet population. So if you remember the one we had with hamsters, at the other end were fish. So I had found that as well in this UK pet population, which is probably a Makeover Monday. Yeah, looks like it was. But fish, killing it. They're the most. Like, obviously, you can have more contained in one place. But I like this this sand key org chart type of look where it takes you from the total population and then how many you have for mammals is 18 and a half, and then how those mammals split up. Same thing for birds and fish. I just like the layout of this.
Okay.
And then to follow up on that is this one from Pablo Gomez, who you'll know him. He's doing our Tableau user group this week. So
It's
he
gonna be
made
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
tomorrow, yeah. So he made this as well, part
Great.
of the Makeover Monday, and I've never seen one with triangles before. So it's probably the same data that was used elsewhere, but again, fish leading the way, both indoor and outdoor.
Yeah, like I kind of like it. I mean, a different way to look at it is it grabbed my attention, right? It got my attention. Okay, let's look at this one. I like this one. Let's look at let's discuss this one a little bit. Okay, so it says the UK pet population 54 million. Okay, a nation of pet lovers. So you can see there, he's just telling you like a nice title, right? This is a nation for pet lovers. Then you can see all the different pets underneath. I mean, I can understand really quick. Look, fish, dogs, cats. Um, yeah,
I like that
indoor fish.
it gives the actual percentage
Exactly.
um, there in the tooltip. I noticed that like when we have with the hamsters, it had the highest on the left, and then it slowly went down from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how most graphs are,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the opposite. They go with the smallest and work their way up the opposite way.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe it's because it's like a line chart that is going like this, going up
Yeah,
like this? So he was trying to do it, or because you're reading from left to right, like everybody's doing like this. So maybe.
maybe it just fits the rest of his dashboard. He's got this right here. He wants to make this big band number here as the
Mhm.
first thing you see, and then okay, well I
Okay.
can't put my big triangles over here, so let me start the little ones and then work my way that way. So I thought that was an interesting take. I also noticed when you hover on this, it says 300,000 here, and
Mhm.
on yours, Salo, there was 500,000. So using the
Mm.
same data, which one is right? You know.
That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It seems that the other one is wrong.
It could be, or maybe this one is wrong. We don't know if they're using the same data. It's hard to know, you know, where that discrepancy came from.
The other cool
Yeah,
thing you see, he put it in the title. Look at it says it gives you some insights. In 2017, it is estimated that 12 million, 44% of households have pets. That's really good. I mean, I think it's simple. It's easy to understand. I mean, it's
Yeah, for what he was trying to
yeah,
do, it's a quick snapshot of what the data shows.
yeah.
yeah, different way to do it. Yeah.
In my view, this is amazing data visualization, especially
So,
the two tip is amazing. Can you
so,
can you over on that? Look
so
at
let me ask you a
this.
question, Aaron. If you go to where's the map of the UK, it has the round. Does it interact or no? No, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Hmm.
But the two
Very
tip
nice.
is what caught my attention. It's very nice format. The format is very nice.
yeah.
Easy to understand.
Uh, and this is a quick tip. Uh, the two tip putting the font size bigger in the most important information, and sometimes we find something flat, all the informations have the same size, but here the the creator put the emphasis in the main information, and this is a very nice practice.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's good. Yeah.
I think the only thing I would change is I'd put this hover on
Mm-hmm.
this side because we do read
Gotcha.
left to right. That's probably I would just move that over here, just
Yeah.
so people knew that they could do
And
that.
make
But
it larger. Make it
pretty,
larger. The hover, like you can
yeah,
see
that's
it.
pretty minimal. All right,
Yeah.
I only have a couple more left. This
Yeah.
is where the best place to pet your cat. So there's no numbers on here. There's no colors on here. This is just more informative. But
Mm.
what I liked is that they took the outline of a cat, cut it up
Uh-huh.
into pieces, and then it gives you a tooltip when you hover on a body part, and it'll give you more information of why you should pet or not pet that section
Mhm.
of the body. So it gives you like
I, I agree. I agree. I have a cat, so I agree. They like everything around the head and the neck.
not
And
not the belly. The belly's deaf.
no, yeah, that's that. This is a very true. You know.
So I just thought, like, this was a unique way of displaying data, um, that's not real, like it's not numbers oriented. It's just informative.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, two more. This one's pretty simple. Then the last one's the one I wanted to discuss. Um, Everybody knows that you have to do math when you're trying to figure out how many years a dog is in people years. So they did that here. It probably would change the colors a bit here, but it's just you've got the size of dogs, and then you've got the actual age of the dog, and then what's in each of the boxes is what they are in human years.
Mm.
So you see, if you're a 100+ pound dog and you're 16 years old, you're like 120.
Wow.
So they must not live that long. Let's see,
That's incredible. Oh, I wanted to go back to somebody said something I forgot about. So somebody said that the previous chart was kind of like the thing that you see on the wall of a butcher shop, but it's a different animal.
Yeah,
That's very clever. Right?
Yeah,
That's true.
absolutely.
the certain cuts of meat. Yeah,
The cuts of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's what they got that idea. That's great. I
But
completely missed that.
this visualization is a very good opportunity to create a background map.
Mhm.
So you can take the background image and create the polygon
Mhm.
for the areas of the cat, and then you can add colors of how much the cat likes you to put your hands on. But I don't know
Yeah.
if it's if there is any data in the background in this case. Do you know, Aaron?
no, they have the sources here. There's just 5 links, but again, the data is just facts. It's not like
So if if you,
Ah,
if you,
okay,
if,
okay.
if you
there's no
hover, it
numbers.
says hover on a body part to see why. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it does. I just got to find the
Oh,
point
cool.
where you can do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it
That's
just
Ah,
gives
cool.
you
yeah.
more facts. It's not. There's no numbers in it.
Not the numbers.
Then it's
Yeah.
not interactive.
Yeah.
It's not really interactive. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it still could be done. It could be a nice, cool thing. Yeah.
All right, then we go to the last
Interesting.
one, and then we'll get to yours, Yamil.
Yes.
So this is they're looking at adopt a pet. What I struggle with this one is trying to figure out what state is
Mm.
what the story is. There's just titles up here, but I don't know like what am I looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at like veteran partners, you're looking at shelter partners. Here's Illinois, which is under Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is under Michigan. Michigan and New York are next to each other. So I know it's not quite a map, but it's trying to set it up that way. But I did like that if you wanted to find a shelter near you, and there's none near me, when you hover, it does highlight on the map of where that shelter is.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if I were to search for one, I'd be able to find something, but I didn't have the time to do that. And then when you hover on it, you can click to go to that website.
Mm.
So, okay, in this case, the data is not working right, but I
Mm.
like what I appreciate is not having the story end in the dashboard. A, a
Got
lot,
it.
a lot of times we do that where it's like, here's all your facts. Now go do something with it, or do your own research. But in this case, and in other cases, even in business dashboards,
Mhm.
if you can provide a location for information that they don't have to go and find on their own, a data dictionary, uh, things like that, where it's like, I don't know what this means, but if I click on it, it'll tell me what it means. It'll take me to that wiki page or whatever. So that I appreciated that it didn't just stop you at the dashboard. This is about adopted pets, and they
Uh-huh.
give you the ability to find yours. Oh, I didn't know that was near me, or I didn't know they participated in this. And let me just go to their website and interact with them for the purpose of what this dashboard was.
Put the link on the chat. That one. That's a good one. Okay, so this dashboard, I think that you can see that they're creating that map of the US. These different squares are the map of the US.
Yeah.
If anybody's in the chat, you can open the dashboard, look at it on your other screen. So you have the map of the US on a here, but it's just, I mean, I like it because then it's just easier to follow. And then now you can see where the concentration is. It seems like Florida, wow, and
There's a lot.
California, right?
Yeah, we
Texas,
may be the highest here.
yeah. So that means that we have more shelters. What does that mean? They tell me I read the
So
red.
my guess is that each circle is obviously it's a location,
Okay,
but this is the black and red color. So
gotcha.
one is a vet partner, one is a shelter partner.
Okay.
So it doesn't tell you how many Florida has. It doesn't tell you how many each state has, but you can see Florida's got a ton of shelter partners and a good mix of the veteran partners. But you see Mississippi's got a single shelter partner, and that's it.
And no veterinary partners.
Right.
Yeah. And then you can see New York have tons of veterinary partners.
Yeah, the reverse, right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the contrast is not so good in this case.
Why is it doing it red? Oh, they did it red because it's a donate now. Okay, so the red maybe because they want to highlight those are like donations, like that's what maybe they were trying to use the red. I think.
Yeah, I think so. That donate now, the Pets for Patriots, they're that red color, and I think it was a former guest on the show, Chris Tauber, that he just had a post on LinkedIn about even if your branded colors are red and green, you shouldn't make that the main focal point of the dashboard. If your branded colors are too like they just don't work for a visual like this, find another way to do it because it's hard for people to digest.
Yes.
Correct.
Sometimes using brand colors, they make sense independently, but together they don't work very well. So it doesn't work very well together. So in this case, you have the option to choose another hue to increase the contrast between them. Or you can abandon the idea of using the brand color.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, when I look at it the first time, Aaron, I thought that this was a baseball dashboard or something. I was like, this is the dish. but I got it. No, it's a good one. I mean, I think there's good things here to present or to reuse. Specifically, if you wanted to show the map of the US, I like how you show this in this way with tiles. And there is also that concentration if you're trying to see the concentration. So it's not bad. Maybe I will change the colors. I'm not sure if I will use the black or red.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to do it, because of the donation now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand what is that they're trying to pass along. What is the actual, like idea or insight they want to show? Maybe just to see at your own state. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, like how can you get involved? So again, they made it personal. Find a shelter near you.
Find a shelter, okay.
And then when you find it, then click on it and go to that shelter and do something.
So if you go can you find Orlando? Try to find Orlando.
No, I think I did because I think the way it's highlight address plus city plus zip. So it seems really hard to be able to find something specific.
Okay. So it's hard.
Yes.
It should be, what this should be by zip code. Yeah. Maybe by zip code is easier to find.
Yeah, just the zip code is fine. Yeah.
Yes, just the zip code. So that's a good thing that we can add there. That people should look at it by zip code.
Right.
I put in the chat one of my mine. If anybody wants to look at it,
Yep. We got 10 minutes left, so we got time.
Yeah, let's do this real quick. This is good. This is really good. So I found when I was looking at many of these visualizations related to pets that a lot of people like to use this radial bump charts. And let me tell you what I mean. So this is one. I'm not gonna say too much about it. It's in the chat, so it's all if you want to open it around, it's in the chat, and I'll put the other one soon. Well, I'm gonna show you something.
Thanks.
Look at this one. I don't understand. I mean, people look at how these things. People like to use this type of visualizations. Let me get the other one. Let me get the other one too. Put it in the chat. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, people like to use this type of visualization. This is the spaghetti charts, or like, like these charts were really kind of like hard to understand. If you guys want to see it on your other screen, just check on the chat. There's the links there. You can open in your other screen. I mean, this one was kind of interesting. The data is interesting. So apparently, there is all these dogs breeds that people are putting together. Two different ones, and you can see they're calling Morkies, Cactus, Chiwi. I don't know. Apparently, some celebrities, like I heard that I don't know, Jessica Simpson or Ashley Judd or Steven Tyler or whatever, they are putting together these different, I don't know, breeds, and they're creating like the Labradoodle and the Cocker Spaniel with a Picher or whatever, Australian Retriever. So I found this really interesting data. I think this is great data that anybody can take and make a really good visualization. It's just that this one, it was weird. What do you think, Aaron? This one?
I mean, it is visually. There's a lot going on. I do find a lot of it interesting
Exactly.
that they connect, a cocker spaniel to a basset hound, and they make a cocker basset. Like it's a good way if you're in the business. It's a good way to like keep track of what's been bred with what other dog.
Yeah. So apparently they recognize, this is the thing that I like. I just don't like where they put it. They recognize 615 designer breeds. Wow, 615. And they says the American Kennel Club have 180 pure breeds. So almost triple they have these designers. Look at that, triple that amount. But this is just not in the right place. It should be on top. And it seems like the average cost of this type of dogs are around $2,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the popular dog breeds one,
Mhm.
and it's almost seemed unnecessary to do a radial. If you're just doing
Yeah.
2000 to 2019, a simple line chart can do that.
You mean in the other one, the other chart?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
let's get the other one.
Sorry, I'm going back and forth between the two.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's look at this one. So this one, believe it or not, this was this chart won an award, and I don't know how is that possible, but and you can see it's just hard to follow current ratings, and then it's really hard to follow. And then you can do like this, but it's just really not too much. They're
So
trying. This is a ranking, right? They're trying to rank
Yes.
them each
Yes.
year.
You're right.
you mean do this on the picture of the dogs on the left? Just hover on one of them.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Okay, so that is more helpful
Yes.
and able to follow it, and it even brings
Sure.
up that ranking number.
Oh, that's cool.
So that is much better. We talked about these radial charts before. It's for something else, and it did not have that, and it was impossible to follow it all the way around.
Yes.
So I like that. Really, I really like this. Right, like this is okay. Now I can follow it. I like that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So let's
I hovered on Boxer, and it starts
let's
in
go back
2000 at ranked 7th, and you can see in 2017 it falls off, or
Okay.
2018 it falls off, and it's not even ranked anymore in the top 10.
Yeah.
But again, to what I said before, like you can easily do this with the line chart. You don't have to
Yeah.
do this. Your eyes shouldn't have to follow around in a circle when our brain's much easier for us to see us over time, left to right.
Yeah. So you can see something interesting was that the Labrador Retriever was number one
At
all
all.
over,
All the time. Yeah.
all the time, everywhere. So
He's the
that was
champion.
cool. That was cool.
Yeah, that German Shepherd too has been number 2 since 2009.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, I still think it's cool that it's interactive, that it gives you some insights.
yeah,
It grabbed your attention for sure. It just grabbed you like you're like, I want to see it. I wanted to see it. I think what it makes it successful is this interactivity. If this was PDF or a picture
yeah,
or something, no way you can
yeah,
follow this. Now, the other cool thing I want to know how they did it. I have to download it. I will have to download it.
yeah,
Is that it's the number. So when it has this action where I click on the dog and it shows me the number across. So you can see now 2222, and it was just in 2008 went to 3. So from 2008 and it went to 3 and then 4. So this is very interesting. So it actually increased, right? It went from like 3, 4, and it became 2, and it stayed 2 until 19.
Yeah, I like that where that rank only comes up when you've highlighted it rather than just numbers all over the page.
yeah.
Exactly.
Very good choice.
The other cool thing, I'm not sure if this is anything that is adding value, is you see all this word, this here, this all this information. I maybe in the tooltip better because if you have less information here, it's playful, smart, blah blah blah, the weight. Um, you know what? It could be cool if we could say, okay, on this weight, because you want to know if your dog is small or medium or size or larger. So like if you can just select, I want a medium dog or like a small dog, give me those top 10 or top 5 on this graph. So make it more specific
Yeah,
to what someone wants, and then you can see what are those top ranking dogs, or more popular dogs, something like
yeah.
that. Something like that.
I really like this visualization, although I think it could be easy. It could be simple, not so complex in this radial uh, look.
Mhm.
But it's very. We know that it's very hard to create this kind of visualization. It's very hard. So.
Mhm.
The person who built this knows what he or she is doing. It's very
Mhm.
the actions, the highlight actions are very nice as well. But
Mhm.
again, if this is a linear graph, could be very easier to follow these lines. This is the only thing I would
Mhm.
change to make it simple, because
Mhm.
it's not so easy to follow the rank in this radial
Mhm. Yeah.
or
No, no, you're right. One of the things that I'm noticing here, Aaron, is which is what I want to know is most of these dogs are big dogs. So you can see, look, it's 80 pound, 90 pounds, 75 pounds. This one is a little different, but look, 50, 70, 135, 70. Like most of the dogs are large dogs. So that I think is really cool, interesting insight somehow. If you could imagine that you could just tell me, for example, I want to see only dogs that are from 50 pounds to 100 pounds, something like that. That will maybe make it more, because, for example, I don't want a big dog. I want to see this in a small dog. What is the most popular small dogs, so
Hmm.
that I can look for those small dogs and do my research and get one, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah. Did you notice there's another legend towards the bottom
Oh,
about
really?
when they
Okay.
when they enter and exit the top 10?
Oh, so can I change it?
No,
Let's
what
see.
that means is like
Oh.
at the ends of some of those lines, they're filled, and some are like open, like the legend shows.
Mm,
So you can see like if you highlight French bulldog,
mhm,
you can see where that's a solid circle. So they entered the top 10 in
mm.
2014.
Oh, I see what you're saying here. Okay,
Yeah,
wait. Yeah, okay.
and then if you hover on Dachshund, you'll see the
Mhm.
opposite. You'll see that that circle is open, and that's when they were no longer in the top 10.
Where is that one?
It's a yellow. It's down like 2 or 3.
Right here, right here.
Yeah, you can see.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see what you're
see
saying.
it's an open circle. That's when they left.
Very cool. So maybe that should be on top and large, so to easy to understand, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's how I do that.
This here, um, this here should be on top, on top here, higher for us to like here maybe, so for us
Yeah,
to know that
yeah.
and to understand. Yeah, that's really
One
cool.
one other weird thing I found, and I don't quite understand it, is if you look in 2000 when it starts,
Mhm.
there are if you just hover on it, you can see it goes rank 1 through 10. If you go over to the
Okay.
left to 2019, it's ranked 1 through 11.
Oh.
Where did we get the extra rank from? And that's the only spot that I can see where there's 11 on that hover. But there are numerous places where there's actually 11 lines. So I don't know how, unless it's a tie. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
But none of the lines merge into one. So I don't think that's it. But I just thought that was interesting that this, for some reason, it starts with 10, but it ends in 11.
Okay. No, this is great. This is great.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is good, especially it really grabs your attention immediately. Like what is this? And then once you figure out how to do the highlighting, like
Mhm.
then you can really follow along and really see it come and go.
So yeah, so here they got a good thing. Look, the designer, the sources, American Kennel Club. It's right here. The pictures where they got them. So everything is there. It's good. I mean, I am very impressed that the background is dark, black background, and
Yeah,
that
I
Yeah.
is
like that.
working. That is working. Sometimes that doesn't work, but in this case, it's working. It works. Yeah.
Yep, I
I mean,
agree.
that's it. That's the last one. I mean, thank you for everyone. Just on my screen. Thank you for everybody to be here. Everybody to be here with us with and Saulo first time and Aaron and Aaron, like Darren is putting here, we're hiring data meaning. We're hiring if you are an Alteryx specialist, developer, solutions architect, please get with us. We're hiring. We're looking for people. Also, thanks to Data Meaning for allowing us to do this. And we're celebrating. We're now the Alteryx Partner of the Year for the second year in a row. And if you want to join us for a new episode next week, we're gonna be talking about beer data, beer data. So we're gonna have two people here that they're actually they make beer at home. Very good guys that know a lot about beer, and we're gonna have discussing beer visualizations. I'm gonna ask Data Mini if they allow me. Maybe I'm gonna drink a beer here.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
have
I'm
to
on
ask
board.
them. I don't know. Maybe we can do like a nice beer
Ma-
us.
Makes
So
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
makes sense. Raul is going to be here in the chat with us next week. He's going to be here in the chat asking questions and helping us. So yeah, I mean, until next week, thank you for being here and thank you again. And thanks to Dana Meeting for allowing us to do this. And if you need anything related to Tableau or Alteryx Power BI, just contact us. We can help you. We are providing a lot of content, and this is going to be in YouTube. And also, we're providing training for Alteryx and Tableau. So if anybody needs any training for Alteryx and Tableau, let us know. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good
Thank you,
weekend.
guys.
See
Bye
ya.
bye. Thank you, Solo.